So hey everyone, welcome to part 2 of the Rondo of Blood 100% tutorial. Today we'll be covering stages 1 and 2 and learning how to do this with Richter. So if you haven't watched it, check out the part 1, the intro to movement and the prologue. And today we'll just be covering stages 1 and 2 and learning how to get through those. So as you can see, I already have my 100%. We'll just be working off of my 100% files. We won't actually be going through the game with a 0% file. I will delete my top one though, just so I have a clear section in case we need to for maidens or something like that. But we don't need to watch all the cutscenes for this. I don't think that's necessary, so I can just show where you want to go and how. That said, we will start with stages 1 and 2, and I will show you that. Let's actually copy this. I do have an idea of one thing we might need to see. So you'll be playing with Richter through stages 1 and 2, and then after stage 2, you will shift to playing through the game with Maria. So all of this episode tutorial part will be with Richter. Welcome, Dara. Stage 1. All right. So this is where I'll start this and pause it as quickly as I can. You can start moving when half of the stage is dissolved. When just the words stage 1, when it is dissolved halfway, that's when you can input your first movement. So you want to hold forward, jump, and whip backwards. And hold down your whip. And you're just going to... This is why the backflip whip cancels are important, because they're already coming into play. You can ignore all these candles except for this one. This one, you need to pick up the axe for the remaining sections. The skeletons here can be a little bit trolly, and that's okay. Just backflip over them, deal with them as best as you can. And sometimes it's best to deal with them by whipping forward. I recommend just practicing that first section a bit, resetting and practicing it again. It takes a little bit of getting used to, but for the most part you can just backflip over here. You can backflip over all the skeletons. Okay, so halfway through the stage dissolve, you can jump, and you just want to backflip through this first. Pick up the axe, make your way through over here. Here, you want to walk forward, and so that your right foot is in line with the next tile. So here, this tile, and you're going to jump up onto the stairs, and you're going to jump, and then jump vertically. So jump forward, and then jump vertically. And that sets you up for this. You should make it up there before the skeleton appears. Or before the skeleton throws his barrel. So you're walking from here. Obviously let's just get rid of the skeleton. So you're going to be walking here, jump, and that'll basically, if you do it properly, you're going to come right on this screen transition. So jump, vertical, there you go. Now you want to hold diagonally up and back and jump off of there, and you're going to whip and hold. You're going to backflip over the skeleton that was right here. I'll just show you how you're going to go through this room. So you're going to backflip over this skeleton, quickly backflip again. You'll miss the barrel that was just thrown at me. Backflip over there, walk back a little bit. Backflip so you land right in front of the skeleton I just whipped. and then just backflip on home. This is the way that I do it. That's the way I do it. There is a pattern where you will backflip over this first skeleton. You will backflip over this skeleton, throw that, jump, and throw an axe to hit that large heart and hit the barrel and kill this skeleton. I don't do that, and I'll show you why in a moment. So let me die here real fast, and this is how I practice too. If you're on something where you can't actually save state, then this is a good way. So jump, 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 backflip, 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 walk back a little bit, flip, flip, and then just flip on home. When you get to here, you can actually hold down, jump off, and if you hit down and whip at the same time, you will be able to cancel the whip animation. It's pretty precise. I'm not particularly good at it, so I don't do that. But that's the best movement through this room. Because of the bat here, I like to jump, turn, and then immediately underneath the bat. Immediately underneath the bat, like right here after this candle, I will backflip, and just like it just barely dodges the bat. But you do want to backflip as quickly as possible. If you do this at the right time, the bat that you see on the right hand corner of the screen will not spawn in at a point where it will hit you during the next fight you're going to be dealing with. So backflip here, 3 backflips, and you'll get to this guy. If you jump and attack immediately, and then let your attack up and attack once your button is fully released, you can hit this guy twice. So like that. So 1, it's not, there we go, 1, 2, like that. And it will take 3 of those and 1 axe. If he spits out the 3 fireballs, then you're jumping, you can whip and break them in 1 cycle. You can also time it and throw an axe, and it will hit one of the fireballs and prevent you from getting hit. If he does his big punch, you're a little close to him. You can time it so that you do get the 3 hits, and you never have to, like, you jump, whip, whip, jump, whip, whip, and then throw an axe, and then jump, whip, whip, and you can get it so that you can time it so that you don't actually get hit by the punch. However, it's really tight timing on that. So what I recommend doing in that case is, especially if you're just, you're not trying to go for a top time, is just slow down and wait for the punch to finish, because if it hits you, it's going to knock you way back. So then after him, you're going to go back to backflip whip canceling. You need to pick up that candle so that you get that big heart. That will be important for our heart count. For this guy, I don't get super close to him. I get about this far away, and then that's what happens when you get punched. And you can see, so that's what you want to be doing, and I would recommend practicing that. And that will hit him twice. So yeah, it will be jump, whip, 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 sorry, whip, 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 throw the axe, whip, whip, and that will kill all of those guys. All right, let's go through that in a string. So go back to stage 1. And I do recommend practicing with a 100% save file. Do whatever you need to do to get a 100% save file, and then you've got all your practice points that you'll need. So here it is in a long string. Halfway through the dissolve, jump, and backflip to win. Jump, jump, vertical, backwards, Walk a little bit, then do your backflip, and then just as fast as you can, and you'll dodge that guy. Jump down, whip, backflip, whip, walk to the door. Jump forward, turn around, set your backflips up. 1, 2, 3. Throw your axe. Start backflipping again. Get this candle. 1, 2, 3. If I were a little bit faster, I would have been able to get that without a problem. And then just backflip out. Okay. On this screen, you want to whip immediately when the screen loads. You're going to whip here, jump, and then set your backflip whip cancel up right there. And from here on, the second candle here and the second candle next time, we need to pick up those big hearts. So, sorry, single candle here. So second candle to begin with, only candle there, and then just backflip all the way back. For this boss, it does matter where you stand. I'm not entirely sure what it affects and how, but if you stand about where I'm standing, there's a magic spot here that he seems more likely to go all the way to the left of the screen and all the way to the right of the screen. And the reason that matters is that with your axe, you need to get your axe off screen as fast as possible. And there are double shots in this game, but they're not double shots like there are in most Castlevania games. While Richter has 22 hearts or more, he has a double shot with the axe. It varies depending on each sub-weapon, but with the axe, the magic number is 22. You don't quite have enough hearts with my path here to get double shots all the way, but that's okay. You're not going to lose that much time even if you don't get the double shots all the time. The ideal kill on this first boss gets him down to 0 health before he breathes fire once. So if you do it optimally, he won't breathe fire. But at worst, he'll breathe fire once. And even that, my PB might even have him breathing fire and swooping a second time. Like that can be, that's a pretty bad pattern, but it's not the end of the world because you're still here right at the very beginning of your run. For context, my PB at the moment is a 3806. So when you're fighting this guy, walk all the way to the edge and then walk back to here. And what you're doing is wait for him to come off the screen. When he comes off the screen, hold up. And when you see his sprite come on the screen, throw an axe. And I'll show you the pattern. So axe, 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 and then you're going to wait because he's going to swoop next. And you're going to step a little bit away. When he starts swooping, you're going to jump and then whip a second time, just like you did with the big green guys. So you need to get in 2 whips here. And if you can't hit him with an axe when he's in the upper corner there, skip the axe. Because if you hit him with an axe while he's coming down, he'll have iframes and your whip won't hit him, and it will do less. You'll lose out on damage. So like that, axe, axe, axe. Get as close to the edge and just keep jumping like that. And that was a slow kill, but that's what you want to do. So you're just throwing an axe right when he comes down, jump, throw an axe, land, throw an axe, jump, throw an axe, and then jump when he swoops down, whip him twice, and then throw axes until he dies. My pattern here differs from some people. If you want to fight the next boss, you can try this either way. I dump my hearts here. Other runners go get the holy water, and they use Hydra Storm on the next boss. If you want to try and use Hydra Storm on the next boss, save your hearts here. If you don't, then, and you feel comfortable with the werewolf, And you can go over here, and you can empty your hearts at the edge of the screen. And the reason you do it at the edge of the screen is just to be able to get it off screen faster so you can throw the axes faster. So the orb, as long as you catch it within a reasonable time, it's fine. It's not a big deal. And that's stage 1. Stage 1 is not too bad, but stage 1 and 2 are very much all about Richter's backflip whip cancel. Stage 2 is going to be somewhat difficult. This stage is my main run killer, and I think a lot of people lose a lot of runs to this stage. For the first screen, as much as I would love to say there are a lot of different ways you can do this, I think you should just follow what I do here exactly, and then take it from there. It's one of those things. There are a couple ways you can get through here, but I really do think that this is the most consistent and the fastest. Some people do come in here with axe ammo, and they can kill some of the birds coming up with the axe, but I do it a little bit of a different way. So, walk forward and whip this first skeleton. Now you're going to basically go into backflip modes, but you're going to have birds swooping down. You can control what they do every time if you do it correctly. So you can make this first screen 100% consistent if you do this. You're going to jump and set up the backflip whip cancel and backflip whip cancel once. And then you're going to walk backwards and backflip over the bird and whip. That'll take care of the first bird. From here, you're going to continually backflip whip cancel even past the skeleton. With these skeletons, after they throw their first bone, there's not really a very large hitbox on that bone. So you've got a large window of opportunity between the first and the second bone. If you let them get the second bone out, though, then you're up to RNG, and it's really hard to jump through. Well, it's not true RNG, but it's really hard to jump through them. So, just backflip, and after the first bone, walk back with the bird. So, you're going to flip over the skeleton after he throws the first bone, whip him, walk backwards, don't backflip after you land, backflip over the next bird, then you're going to backflip twice, turn around, jump, and whip, and that will take care of that bird. Then immediately set up your backflip whip cancels again, wait for him to throw his first bone, and then you're just going to keep backflipping. This Axe Knight, you just have to read what he's going to do. He takes 7 hits, so you can count them. Let's do that one more time. So, walk forward, jump, whip, set up your whip cancels. 1, 2, walk, whip. Walk back. 1, 2, turn, jump, whip. Go back to backflip whip canceling, wait for the bone. And then backflip whip cancel right on out. 7 hits, and you're into the next stage. For this, you can just immediately set up a backflip whip cancel, and you'll always get over that first zombie, even if he spawns immediately. Do not backflip immediately afterwards, though. You can try backflipping as fast as you can through this room, and you're going to flirt with RNG. You're going to get hit a lot. It's going to be absolutely miserable. The safe way and the best way to learn is to literally moonwalk through this room, and if a zombie spawns, you will backflip whip cancel over it, and then do one more backflip whip cancel. So one extra, and then walk it. Wait for another one to spawn. 1, a freebie, 1, a freebie. And this is the safe way to get through this room. This way you won't get hit. When the screen starts to lag a little bit, then you know you've got a lot of zombies off screen. I grabbed that. So that screen, if you want to go super fast, that screen is really, really difficult. if you want to take it at a good pace and play it safe, that screen is really easy. The reason you would want to take it really risky and go really fast is to mitigate lag, but that's about the only reason. It's a little faster overall, but the time you're saving on the backflip whip cancels, like, you will lose that if you get hit once. Here, what we're gonna do is we're gonna walk up to the edge of the first pillar, and we're gonna jump and whip. A little late there, but the reason being that these zombies often spawn in twos right there at the beginning. So you are going to jump just before that pillar and whip and take care of that zombie. And if it's a double zombie spawn, then you know that you would have gotten hit. If you look at the third candle here on the right, so our first candle was there, this is our second candle, this is our third candle. Just before this pillar is where the beast spawns. We will take the beast boost here too. So what I do to make sure that I'm set up properly is I will jump into that candle. And if there's a zombie there, it'll disappear when the beast appears. Let me see if I can, like that. Okay, beast appears. You're just gonna jump right into his horns. You need to pick up the key on the right candle here. So jump, grab. Now, if you're confident in your backflip whip cancels, you can backflip whip cancel through the rest of this room. What you really want to do is get up to the edge here and see where the zombies are. If there isn't a zombie on screen, be really, really careful, because when you jump, a zombie is going to spawn and knock you down. If you fall down this pit or the next pit, then it's a reset run automatically because it takes you to a later level. In fact, or the previous one, any of the pits in this room basically are going to be an automatic reset. So you have to make sure that you don't fall down these pits. Now, if you take some damage, it's not that big a deal. You're fine. As long as you don't die, you're fine. But you do not want to fall down the pits. Okay, so if you see a zombie, then just jump, and you can walk. The easy path is just walk forward like this. If you're confident in your backflip whip cancels, then you can backflip whip cancel through that room. If the only damage that you've taken here is that first boost, you can jump here into the horns and it will knock you up onto the top. I've taken too much damage, so we'll just do that. You go down here, and there's meat for you, if you need it. Get on these stairs. This room is RNG. It's just reacting to those mermen. And then, so navigate that. You want to use backflip whip cancels to navigate through that room. But that room with the mermen, you just need to practice. It is always going to be horrible. Use the same trick as I said in stage 1, where you drop, you hit jump and then attack immediately, and it'll eat your attack input. Backflip whip off of the stairs, and then backflip whip cancel through that room. Or if you're scared, go through it just facing towards this door and play it careful. You'll come in here. This is the room with Maria, and there will be a sorcerer in the middle, and you're just going to jump and whip. You don't need to hit the sorcerer. You're just going to jump and whip. So done, and wait for your cutscene. When you leave this room, jump and whip immediately. That is absolutely key. If you wait, those mermen will troll you like nothing else. So you want to walk out the door, be holding left, jump and whip. It may not have anything there. It's not a problem, but it's the way to make sure that you're not going to get destroyed right there. So you come out this door. And I still get trolled. And then just jump up here. While you're on stairs, you have a slightly higher jump. You get a little bit of a boost, like if you've ever run Mega Man X, you get a slope jump. And you can make it from here all the way up to this platform, which is what you want to do. So when you come up here, you're going to do that. Now the best movement from there, that I think that's safe, is to backflip there, and you're good to go. So again, there, backflip, turn, and go through the door. Now, I will pick up, for movement through this room, the moment you appear in this room, you want to jump and then land on the stairs. Backflip off of the stairs and then backflip all the way home. If you don't want to use holy water. If you want to use holy water, then you're going to come in here, jump, get the holy water, and then turn around. I'm going to get enough hearts here. I'm going to get enough hearts here to do one Hydra Storm so I can show you some of those strats. So the way I do it is backflip here, like that. And you just backflip whip cancel through the entire room. If you need to grab the holy water, jump, grab the holy water, and then just do that movement. And we are on to the werewolf fight. So the werewolf fight, he's going to jump onto the top of the screen. When he jumps to the top of the screen, you're going to whip as he falls, and then whip immediately when he lands. So you're going to get 2 hits on him immediately here. So he'll jump, and we will whip, and then I will jump forward and whip him again. Now, here's the thing. When you hit him, he'll get knocked back. If you hit him so that he gets knocked back close to the wall, he'll climb the wall every time. So you can actually kind of control this boss a bit. Of course, I didn't do it immediately, but like that. So you can see how you can just sort of keep him juggling on the sides of the walls. And if he gets up really high there, of course, I've used one too many to Hydra Storm. But when he goes up into that upper left-hand corner, if you are going to use Hydra Storm strats, that's where you use them, when he elevates himself to the point beyond where he can be hit. Hydra Storm won't always hit him, though. There are a couple spots in the corners where he won't take any damage when he does that, so just be aware of it. That's why I don't like Hydra Storm strats. I think at the end they're probably faster than whip only, but since you can manipulate him to go back and forth, you have so much control over what he does that it's really not bad. And we'll come back in this fight, and I'll do it again, and I'll wait and try and bait out all of his attacks a little bit and talk more through it. I just want you to see the overall idea of the fight. One last thing to note, and that's the fight. You want to take his desperation attack so that you take as much damage as possible and you're as close to 0 health as possible. And then jump in and grab your orb. So now we'll reset, and I'll show you this whole level in a string, and we'll talk a little bit about the wolf more. Okay, so stage 2 through its entirety. Jump just before there, just before the higher, walk back, and then keep back flipping here until you land in front of the skeleton. Walk, 1, 2, turn, whip, jump, or jump, whip, rather, over the skelly after the first bone. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Jump immediately when you go into the next room, turn around, backflip, whip cancel, backflip this first zombie, and then just walk. 1, and the freebie. 1, freebie, 1 freebie. Of course, zombies are giving me nice RNG there. Okay, good, they stopped. 1 freebie. 1 freebie. You can, if you backflip there before you see the door, you can get hit, and you can get a zombie spawn. Okay, here we're gonna walk up to the edge of the window, jump and whip, turn around, backflip, backflip, set ourselves up in the middle of this column, take our damage boost, and then get our key and continue through this room. Do not try to just backflip whip cancel through this room no matter what. Wait till you see the zombies and then backflip whip cancel over them. Here we didn't get hit, so we're just going to take the damage boost. And then if you're nervous, you can pick up the meat. We're still going to get hit. Hop through here. Get Maria. Walk through the door. Immediately jump and whip. That will free Maria. Come out of here. Jump and whip immediately. Use the stair boost. Backflip whip. Backflip whip. Go through the door. Right when we spawn in. Flip whip cancel. We will... That's the normal strat I would use. If you're not using holy water, with holy water, whip. And then turn around and do the same thing. We'll do this so I can show you Hydra Storm this time. And backflip up. Okay. Coming into the werewolf fight. Let's make this guy do everything he can, huh? I put my toe right on my right toe right on that line on the floor if you're looking for a visual cue. And then we'll just wait for the wolf to come down. And again, we're whipping when he falls, whipping when he lands, and jump and whipping one more time. And then you can usually jump and get one more whip in there. Okay, now he's on the wall. When he's on the wall, let's get him up to the... Okay, when he's on the side of the wall, he will jump over you or to the other wall. Those are kind of the two things that he'll do from the sides of the wall. When he's on the top of the ceiling, wherever you are, he will roll directly to where you are. So you can actually, if he's on the top of the ceiling, you want to get closer to him rather than farther away. And that way, if you're really far away, he'll go at a really, let's see, he'll go at like an angle like that, and he'll hit you. But if you're standing close to him, he'll do something more like that. You can move backwards just a hair and whip him when he lands, but he'll land right in front of you every time. And if he's up in the corner like this, and you're using Hydra Storm strats, that's when you want to drop it. So you would Hydra Storm now. Upper left. So you can see there, he landed right in front of me too. So that was perfect. See if we can get his other attacks. So here, he'll hop around. If you let him land on the ground, then he'll either do that dash, a slide, or the fireball. Get away from me. Do your slide. Oh, come on. He's gonna troll. Now, he can... Yeah, there's the slide. We may take a death here. That's fine. For science. He can also just start doing his... Let's say, okay, so there's the fireball. And then... he can also start ricocheting off the screen. Let's see if we can get him to do that. If he's ricocheting off of the screen, then you can whip him out of it. Oh, come on, dude, you're trying to bait him out of it. Okay, nope. He's not going to be a good wolf today, is he? No, I thought he might do it there. Okay. Come on. Come on. Come on. And he's got kind of a... Sometimes he has... Oh, my God. Sometimes he's got a slow dash, and sometimes he's got a fast dash. That roll, like Felicia from Darkstalkers. Alright, get over there on the wall. And you see what I mean? Like, you can... There we go. Okay. So with this, you can whip him out of it. And then I'll show you how to actually... So just get him on the wall like that, and then catches... and then immediately whip him again. So if you whip him, and he comes up to the wall, jump and whip again immediately, and you'll almost always get him. Take his desperation attack. Make sure you take that damage. It won't kill you. There's only one in the game that'll kill you. Jump and grab your orb. And you are done with Richter. That's it. That's all you see Richter in this run. From here on out, you will be shifting to Maria. Okay, so once you get here, you're going to quit out, reset the console. So if you're on original console, select and run at the same time. We'll reset the console. And you're going to choose your save file, and that's why I choose. I'll go through it as fast as I can. So this is why I put my save file in the top slot when I'm running the game, because it means when you get Maria and you need to shift, then you're right there. You just select it immediately. So, like, if my save file that I'm playing off of is down here, it would add more menuing. So it's just better to have it in the first slot. And then you'll go player select, game start. And you're immediately back in the game with Maria. This is all under a clock, so you need to work on your menuing. But it's, it's not anything like, it's not super, super difficult menuing. But yeah, that is all that you will use Richter for in this run. Stage 1, Stage 2, and they're not too bad. Stage 2 is a big reset point because the zombie RNG plus the merman RNG is pretty nasty. The werewolf can be nasty. He can be kind of trolly, but overall, if you just follow that idea of whip him when he's close enough to the wall to knock him back onto the wall, you can control his movement to a really great degree. And he's not really that scary. Let's do one more. We'll go through one more, and I'll show you the werewolf fight just sort of as one more of stage 2 doesn't hurt anyway, because this stage is kind of brutal. And this is, basically what this room should look like. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And this time I'll show you what the werewolf fight's like. That first zombie doesn't necessarily spawn either. You've gotten him every single time. Sometimes there'll be a second zombie spawn there. And you do not get a free backflip whip cancel if that first zombie spawns. So just backflip whip cancel over him and don't follow it up. Sometimes you get a room like this. These are the really laggy rooms. You can see how this is crawling, just like going to molasses there. Okay, so far so good. Just a backflip whip canceling through here. It's actually a really good room. I wish I could get a room like that in a run. Here I do step just a little bit to the right if we're doing this, because sometimes if the room is shaking there, wow, that was a bad whip, huh? Okay, get that. out. Ah! Ow. Okay, let's not do that. Okay. I missed one whip cancel there and he slid, but that's actually the place where it doesn't matter the most. So, here's the werewolf fight sort of as it should be. So you can actually see it all the way through in one shot. This is what I mean about he can be kind of trolly and make sure you get hit. There you go. And that was a mediocre werewolf fight, mostly because of him trolling me. But that's how the werewolf fight should go. So yeah, grab your orb and say goodbye to Ricker. Alright folks, we will pick up with Maria in part 3. And I will show you stages 3 and 4 in part 3.